Hello, Professor Rubio. This is Kathleen Tucker here. I'm going to give you an overview of my blended learning unit. My topic I selected was butterflies, and I based it for my kindergarten class. So this is my Google site, which initially my class will access through a QR code. So I already have this created, and I've tested it with my own personal iPad, so I know that it links directly to my class website. So I thought that would be the easiest way for my class, being 5, to access it. So that's how they would get to our page. And butterflies would be one of our sight words, so they would know to click over on butterflies. And that would take us to our page about butterflies and all the things that are included within. As you know, my internet is slow. So originally, the class will preview a cute little song about the life cycle of a butterfly. My class responds really well to songs. So I found this on YouTube, and I thought this would be a great way to launch the lesson in the unit. So the class would watch the video at home first, and then when they came to school the next day, we would listen to it 3 times to get a feel for what this song is and start learning it. So this is just a little preview of it.
First comes the butterfly who lays an egg. Out comes a caterpillar with many legs. Oh, see the caterpillar spin and spin, a little cocoon to sleep in. Oh, 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 look and see. Oh, 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 look and see. Out of that cocoon, my, oh my, out comes a beautiful butterfly.
So again, I know my class loves songs and they love to sing, so I made this kind of like a flipped lesson in that we would preview this song at home, and then with repetition, the class would learn the song in school the next day, because repetition is key in kindergarten. So we would also read a book and then begin discussing the life cycle of a butterfly and looking at pictures of the life cycle. I also created a video for my class using Screencast to give an overview of the life cycle of a butterfly. This was also a flipped lesson, more formal flipped lesson. I found a picture that was black and white that shows the basic stages of the life cycle, and I created this screencast for them to listen to at home before they come to school, and then they would color this during morning work, and I would pull them to the back table and we would begin discussing again each of the stages. So this is a sample of my screencast that I made for my class.
Kindergarten, it's Miss Tucker here. I just wanted to give you a little overview of the life cycle of a butterfly as we begin our unit. So, we start out with the adult butterfly, right here. The adult female, she lays eggs on a leaf. Inside the eggs are little caterpillars and they're growing. They'll hatch and they'll eat. They start by eating their shells and then they eat the leaves around them. And they grow and grow and grow.
So that was just a little overview of the screencast I created for my class. So again, I tried not to include too many extra things and extra words. I tried to keep it simple, so it'd be easy for them to access each of the different videos that are posted as well as the assignments. So I also color coded. The first one is white, the next block is the pink, and then white again. I had also found these 2 books on Raz Kids for our unit. This one they would read at home again for exposure and repetition because this book is on a higher reading level, so they'll need assistance with it. So this is the first book. It's a level H, which is more first grade, but I know toward the end of the school year my class would be able to read it with support. which is important with the standards in kindergarten, is reading with support. And once they have exposure to the life cycle and the stages, they'll be ready to read it more easily. And then I found another one that they would definitely be able to read independently. So this is a sneak peek at that one. This one where they would read during centers. So it's very basic, but they're seeing all the different butterflies and all the colors of the butterflies and how they are all different and unique. Next, I created an Edpuzzle. This would also be completed during centers, as centers are a big form of the way our lessons are formatted. During kindergarten, usually the centers pick up on something we're working on, so I thought that during this particular unit we could have more butterfly-centered centers. So this is my Edpuzzle. I'll just show I have a few questions throughout and they can't skip ahead without watching.
A butterfly lays eggs on the leaves of a plant.
So my questions are very simple, basic, not too many choices. I don't want to overwhelm them because using technology is brand new and I know it can be a little challenging, and even having questions in general independently are a little more difficult and challenging. So I tried to keep the questions simple, and there are several more like that throughout. So back to my classroom. I also created a Google form, and this is very basic again. The higher reading level students could complete this independently. However, I would have to assist the students who are on lower reading levels, and this is again reinforced with the standards to ask and answer questions about a text with guidance and support. So it's very basic, a simple story here, and then basic questions again with simple answers, and they're required to answer all of them. They can't skip any. And they're all related to exactly what it says, the story says at the top. And then another flipped lesson I have is to watch this video about the various life cycles at home, and then they would come to school and we would talk about how the life cycles of a butterfly are similar to birds and humans and other animals. And then I have a fun game that's also found on the same site that we would play as a class, and they just have to put all of the parts of the life cycle in order, and then I would read to them what each stage says. And it's just fun, and they like the videos and the visuals, so I thought this would be beneficial for them to reinforce the topic yet again. And the game is found here. And then finally we come to our summative assessment, which the class would do with a partner. My class is small, so partners would be best, or small groups. So I chose to use Story Creator, which was an app that Mariah and I had modeled in our class. So my class would write their own story about the life cycle of a butterfly. They could upload their own pictures. So even if they created a clay demonstration or drew a picture by hand, they could take a picture of it and then upload it to our book, or they could find one online, or they could draw one on the app. They could record their voices, they could write their own simple sentences, and again, with guidance and support, I would help them create the book, but they would be working with a partner to select their images, the sentences, exactly what they would be saying. So ultimately, it's their project, and then in the end, I would print the book. It would become part of our classroom library, and we would email it to their parents and anyone else who is interested in looking at their book. So overall, I did my best to incorporate as much technology that I saw would be beneficial for kindergarten. Again, flip lessons were a little difficult, but I think that with support from parents, they are definitely feasible in kindergarten. So I hope I'll be able to try these one day. Thank you.